Hey you guys, welcome to today's video. I'm hoping that I don't get lipstick on my teeth. I'm not used to wearing a dark shade that is not matte, that is not liquid lipstick, but you guys, what we are chatting about today, Kylie lipsticks. I have the Kylie brush collection that is a staggering $360. I know everybody has been talking about this and I am really late to the game. I wanted to try the brushes out a few times before making this video and I did not get them in PR. I purchased this kit myself. I have it right here. I do want to show you also though, I have a giveaway. So I'm gonna be giving away lipsticks and a brush kit. There will be 2 winners. Details will be in the description box below. It will be international. It will be easy to enter. Stay subscribed. More giveaways coming on the way as well. But I wanted to show you guys because what you get in the mail is different than the big PR package. So you actually get the brush kit just, I don't even know what this is. I mean, honestly, I keep seeing all the memes and the jokes and it's like, this is the ugliest brush roll I have ever seen in my life. I don't mean to be over dramatic with that, but for a $360 kit, you really do expect more. This is not a bash Kylie video. A lot of these products, including the brushes, I do really like. So we're gonna go through everything, but this is just, wow. Like how did this even get in the kit? You get the brushes in their individual boxes. So it comes like this. You can put them in the brush roll if you like, and then that is your brush set. Bam. This is gonna be for one of you guys, a bunch of lipsticks for an additional winner. I really wanted to gather my thoughts and have a complete and thorough review for you all. You guys know I love first impressions and kind of, you know, full meal deal reviews. But with this one, I just really wanted to like go intense and have everything figured out when I sat down to film this. So, ooh, see, this is what I need. Look, oh my God, you guys. I might put this on my vanity. I just got so much more attractive. Like I see other YouTubers use this and like this is how they do their intro. Bam, we found a use for this. So here's the scoop. The brushes are crazy expensive if you look at the whole collection. $360 is way up there. You know, this is Kylie. This is not Kevin Aquan. This is not Haku Hodu. This is Kylie Cosmetics. So I don't really understand the pricing with this. Let's start with brush number 1, numero uno. This guy right here. This is way overpriced in my opinion. I'm not really a big fan of this. I don't really like this brush. Not that it did a horrible job, but for the price, this is not something that I would recommend everybody go out and run and buy. If you want a large brush that is going to do a beautiful job, that's a bit softer, I think the IT Cosmetics Heavenly Face Brush, the large one, which I believe is similar pricing, is better in my opinion. This is a little bit scratchy. I had a little bit of a hard time blending whenever I use this with bronzer, and then when it comes to powder, I actually prefer using my beauty blender, a velour puff, or a smaller brush to kind of pat on powder. So I never reach for something like this for powder anyway. I just think it applies too much, it gets too heavy, and this is just not my cup of tea. Now these brushes are all goat hair, I believe. Weird thing is, on their website, it doesn't really say like what they're made of. I do like the description of like what it's for, how to use it, but it's missing detail in terms of what the actual hairs are. So I think that's kind of odd. Number 2 is the large stippling brush. Now, I actually really like this. I was surprised that this put on my foundation as well as it did. It really buffed things out nicely. It made my foundation stretch further than it normally does, and I liked that it made it also look pretty sheer and natural. I just really like this brush. I didn't have a problem with it. Now, will it replace my Clarisonic? No way. Like, that is my magic device. I use that today for my cream contour, and I love that one for foundation. It blends out in a snap. But if you're looking at this and wondering, what does that do? Why is that shaped that way? This actually will give you a nice level of, you know, quick coverage because of the amount of space that the brush has. Like, it's very wide and fat, and it just shears out really nicely. They're soft, it's easy to go down the neck. I like this brush. I think it's pretty cool. Number 3 is the medium tapered brush. Now this one is not bad. I don't hate it. I don't mind it, but I will show you guys the one that I've been using for contour that I love so much is the Y11 from Morphe. This is synthetic, but it's great. This one actually does such a nice job right in here. I very lightly go zhoo, 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 do, 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 do. boom, 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 and I'm done. I love it. It's cheap, it's great. Out of all the Morphe brushes, I have like a handful, maybe like 5 that I keep in my rotation that I really do reach for and love. And you guys need to know I also use Smashbox and Kevin Aquan and Haku Hodu and Marc Jacobs. So I have a mix, and Sonia Kashuk I love. So I have particular brushes that I really, really love. I'm not just devoted to one brand, but this one I think is better than this, especially considering the price. Number 4, the dense powder brush. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. I don't like it for a minute. It's just not something that I would ever use. You know, I would have preferred, instead of putting another face brush right in the mix of all of this, that they would have put a liner brush, a brow brush, a lip brush. Like, I could do without this. So if I'm looking at the whole kit for $360, I'm like, no, I don't need you. Angled face brush. This one's actually quite nice, but again, I don't really see you needing both of these. For me, this is just, I mean, I'm gonna use this for contour, and I don't really see a need to use this one for contour as well. You would use one of the two, unless you're using this to dust off bake and do highlight, but I don't know, I prefer this kind of a dome shape for highlighting, and this again is just not one that I really use or would need on a daily basis. Let's just get shocked together, because guess what? This brush right here, when I was doing my research, it was like, this is a rounded, densely packed blush brush. And I'm like, well, that is gonna be such a disaster. Like, I'm feeling it and I'm like, no way. But I actually really love this. Like, I think this is such a unique brush, because it really goes right on the apple of your cheek. Because it's the natural hair, it's not gonna over grab product. That is something that's different between synthetic and natural. Natural hairs are typically great on the face because they're gonna be more blurring. They don't disperse as much pigment at a time, which on one hand is great because you're gonna look better blended. On the other hand, it can take more time to do your makeup because you're gonna have to layer and build. And this one is $28. I actually think that's a pretty fair price for how packed it is and that it's naturally bristled. Natural bristles. Okay, moving on. Number 7, the medium stippling brush. This one's okay. I mean, I kicked off my bake with it. It did a good job for that. You could highlight with it. Not my favorite shape for a highlight. You do have the bristles that are longer, the shorter ones. I have a much cheaper option for you guys. I really love dusting off my bake with these Clover brushes. I just feel like they are fluffy and they just do such a nice job under here to like set and do this, and that's what I would use this shape for, and that's even what they recommend on the website. So for me, this is just kind of a pass. I don't really think this is a necessary item. You know what is necessary? An eyeliner brush. I'm gonna keep saying that. Number 8, the small fluff brush. Why are you so expensive? Stop. I don't like that you're so expensive for what you are. This is $22. ColourPop has a very similar one for $7, just heads up. Oh shit, I was trying to catch that and be cute. Don't pay $20 for this brush. Don't do it, don't do it. $20 for this is not worth it. Oh my gosh, it's just not necessary. You can get one from Morphe for like next to nothing, and it's gonna do just as nice of a job, if not better. I didn't like this brush at all. The shape of it is too thin, it's too fragile. It just does not have enough beef to it to do everything that I want it to do. And for $20, I just think it's really overpriced. The other thing that's a little bit frustrating is the handles on these are so lightweight. I want something to kind of weight my hand down a little bit. I'm a big believer in how you grab your brush is, you know, gonna make or break the application. This is the large shader brush. This is $20. Again, I don't think you need this. I think you can get a cheaper option that will do just as nice of a job. This is the angled blending brush, and on the outer portion of your eye, this just allows you to pack on color and blend up. It's a beautiful brush. I will be keeping this front and center like it's going in the Hall of Fame jar right here. This is similar to a MAC 217, I feel. I really like this as well. This is the number 12. It is the medium shader brush. It's $20. I think that's a fair price. I like it. I'm into it. It did a great job kind of blending through here. Small shader brush. I like this one too. $18 is not a bad price. This is similar pricing to MAC brushes. I think like their 224 is like $24. So this is actually a really nice brush to pack on color on the outer corner, bring the color in. I really enjoyed it. Number 14, I actually really like this too. It says it's for concealer, but I packed on the kind of shiny portion of my eye with a little bit of setting spray, packed it all in, and it laid down the color really nicely. I like the width of it. I like the shape of it. Bam, 20 bucks. Love it. I think this is so good, actually. This might be one of my new favorite crease brushes just because it's long and fluffy and wide, and for me, this blended out right here so nicely. I have such a hard time finding good crease brushes, and the shape on this just worked for me. So if you have slightly hooded eyes, if you have issues with blending, I think this is actually something worth taking a look at. It's $18. We have one more brush. I love this. It actually reminds me of one of my favorite Kevyn Aucoin brushes. I'm gonna show you. This right here is my go-to for blending underneath my eye. This is the Kevyn Aucoin small eyeshadow flat tip. I got this at my first eye mats, and this one is just one of my absolute best eyeshadow brushes that I own. We're gonna talk about the lips. Ah, why is my hair doing this today? No. Okay, the only one I didn't like is Angel Cake. It went on streaky, slimy, patchy. This is like a wannabe MAC Myth. It's very, very similar in color. I don't like it. The one right here, Sherbert, oh my God. This is so pretty and opaque. They all have a nice kind of creamy feel to them, but they are super opaque. They're not too glossy that they feel like they're gonna fall off your face, but they definitely have a lot of creaminess to them. So then from there, I really enjoy the shade Mont Blanc. This is like a good go-to everyday neutral that's a little more exciting than your average nude. It's really pretty, very wearable. I think it would be flattering on most skin tones. Then we have the shade Madeline. I didn't think I was gonna like this, but I did. I was surprised how much I like this. This reminds me of kind of the more pinky neutral liquid lips that I tend to wear, but I loved the way it looked in lipstick form with like a little bit of shine. Then we have the shade Amore. I actually liked as well. I didn't think I would, but there's something about the undertones in a lot of these lipsticks that feel very flattering. It doesn't feel harsh. It doesn't feel off. They just have a nice richness to them, and I enjoy it. Then we have the shade Lovesick, which this is the kind of shade that always gives me a problem as far as patchiness goes, and I was surprised at how even this shade was, because purples are such a pain to get right, whether it's a shadow, a lipstick. They tend to be the patchiest, and this was surprisingly very, very smooth. Then we have Rasberry Charlotte, which is a purple as well, but I like it even more than Lovesick. It's just, it reminds me of a MAC lipstick. What is it called? There's this MAC lipstick that I own that is almost this shade, but it's matte. This is just like the prettiest color. I love it. Then we have the shade. Wait, no, I didn't do Dulce de Leche. I love this one too, Dulce de Leche. Delicious. This is nudie, perfect, beautiful, like it. Like, I can't make that up. These are nice, you know? Like, I'm not being full of BS. These are nice. So Dulce de Leche, really, really love. Last but not least, look at this. Glorious red. I love this Red Hot, which I'm wearing right now, and I really love it. It will transfer, so don't go planting kisses on your guy, girl, whoever, because it will get everywhere. Unless they like that. I kind of like torturing James sometimes. Like, I'll be like, and I'll like try to give him a good smooch. It stays very evenly pigmented even as it wears off. And I am surprised that this has not gotten all over my teeth. It doesn't really slide around, even though it has, you know, that slip to it and that shininess to it. It's just really nice. I'm gonna share with you guys a story from my past. I always think of this story whenever I wear a red lipstick, every single time. And for those of you that are like OG subscribers, I am sure I have shared this story before, but I remember when I was in a play, when I was super young, there was a teenager that I just thought was the coolest, most beautiful girl in the world, and she, for some reason, would like put on her red lipstick and she'd be like, hooker red, I love it. And I don't even think she really knew like what she was saying, but like I just thought she was so cool. So I remember going through my mom's lipstick and I like looked in the mirror and I was like, mind you, I'm like 7. I'm like 7. And I put on this like big red lipstick and I like do a little like kissy face and I'm like, Mom, look at this perfect hooker red. And my mom literally was like, where did you hear that? Like, I got put in timeout for a moment and, you know, she had to talk with me. She's like, you shouldn't say that. Do you know what that word means? Which when you're little and your parents say do you know what that means? Like you know that you're about to feel very embarrassed. I think Kylie did a great job with the lipsticks. They are fantastic. I didn't have all of them. I waited right at like 3 o'clock. I was like, refresh, refresh, refresh. I tried to order as much as I could, but there are 19 shades and I, got what I could. But from what I can gather, only one of them didn't work out for me, which was just a weird texture consistency. The rest of them are fantastic, and I really enjoy them. As far as the brushes, I've said everything I need to say about that, but at the end of the day, are they horrible? No. Are they so bad that I'm like, I can't do a giveaway because whoever gets it would hate these? No. So we're still doing the giveaway. Details will be in the description box below. I hope you enter. I hope you enjoyed this review. Please thumbs up the video if you did. I love you guys so much. I hope you are having a wonderful day. I'm sending you tons of love, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Mwah.